The subconscious mind. Your hidden power. Most of what you've been told about the law of attraction has been incomplete. You've been told to just ask, to just visualize, but nobody showed you how to convince that massive force inside you, your subconscious mind. In this guide, we'll fill in that missing piece. I'm going to show you how to harness the power of your subconscious. Because the moment you convince your subconscious, everything changes. This is the most powerful secret of the law of attraction. If you're ready, let's begin. Because you're about to take back control of your life. Part 1. The Invisible Programmer. Writing Your Destiny. There are two versions of you running your life. The first is the you that's reading this right now, your conscious mind. The planner, the dreamer, the decision maker. You're the captain standing on the bridge, giving orders to the helm. You want to chart a new course. You want to sail toward a wealthier port, a happier island, but there's a second you. It's the massive crew working in the engine room, firing up the motors, actually moving the ship. It's silent and invisible. That's your subconscious mind. You consciously give the order, I want to be wealthy. But that invisible programmer in the engine room operates on code written years ago. Maybe code from childhood, money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe code that says, people like us never make it big. And no matter how hard you turn the wheel toward prosperity, that programmer keeps steering the ship back to the old, familiar, safe route, the harbor of scarcity and struggle. Then you ask yourself, why can't I move forward? One of the 20th century's greatest thinkers, psychologist Carl Jung, summed this up perfectly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Yes, what you call fate is actually the result of internal programs you're not even aware of. Your destiny is in the hands of your subconscious mind. It's the warehouse of your beliefs, your fears, your habits, and your deepest assumptions. And its power is exponentially greater than your conscious mind. You can't fight it with willpower. That's like an ant trying to fight an elephant. So how do you win this war? By not fighting. By learning its language instead. By speaking to it not as an enemy but as a partner. Because that programmer isn't malicious. It's just repeating old commands written to protect you. Your job is to give it new commands. Show it a new route, a new destination. But how did those old, harmful codes, those limiting beliefs holding you back, get there in the first place? And more importantly, how do you identify this traitor in your mind and reprogram it? Now we're getting to the critical part, because I'm about to give you the key to change that programmer. Part 2. The story of your inner guardian. Let me tell you a secret about that invisible programmer, your subconscious. It's not actually evil. It's not a traitor. It's a guardian sworn to protect you, but there's a problem. This guardian received its orders when you were very young, before you fully understood the world. Think about it. You were a small child. Maybe one day you excitedly told your dad about a dream you had, and in a tired moment he said, "Stop being silly. We don't have time for that nonsense." In that moment, your inner guardian took a note. Dreaming is dangerous. It leads to disappointment. Command, stay away from dreams. Maybe you made a mistake at school and the teacher scolded you in front of everyone. Remember that shame you felt? The guardian took another note. Making mistakes is shameful. It hurts. Command, don't take risks. Stay safe, don't try. Maybe you saw money being the biggest source of fights in your home. You constantly heard, we can't afford it. The guardian wrote its final command. Money causes stress. Money causes conflict. Money is dangerous. Command, stay away from money. It's not for us. See? These limiting beliefs, these internal codes stopping you, they weren't your choices. They were old security protocols designed to protect you from pain and danger. Your subconscious runs these programs to keep you alive. It's afraid that if you become wealthy, fights will break out. If you try a new job, you'll fail and feel ashamed. That's why you can't beat it with willpower. Because every time you want to take a new step, your inner guardian sounds a red alarm screaming, "Stop! Danger zone! Turn back!" and pulls you back to your old, familiar, comfortable but unhappy life. So what do? How do we train this loyal but misdirected guardian? How do we communicate with it? Here's where the biggest mistake happens. You try to explain things to it with logic. You say, but this business will be profitable. You say, but this relationship will make me happy. But it doesn't understand the language of logic. As Carl Jung pointed out, The subconscious doesn't speak in words and logic. It speaks in a completely different language. The language of symbols, feelings, and images. Your rational mind's language is foreign to it. So what language does it understand? How do you win over this mysterious and powerful guardian, this loyal but wrongly programmed servant? Now it's time to learn the most powerful subconscious persuasion technique. You're about to learn to speak its language. Part 3. The language of the subconscious. Emotions and images. There are two fundamental rules for communicating with your subconscious. When you put these two rules at the center of your life, manifestation and the law of attraction become child's play. Rule 1. The subconscious understands images, not words. Rule 2. The subconscious understands emotions, not logic. It's that simple. Images and emotions. What are you doing instead? You're standing in front of the mirror repeating, I am wealthy, hundreds of times. That's like constantly yelling in English at someone who doesn't speak English, trying to make them understand. You're just exhausting yourself. Words can't get past that guardian at the door of your subconscious. Because the word wealthy is just a word to you. But for your subconscious, that word is associated with the image of the fights, scarcity, and stress you heard as a child. Every time you say wealthy, it hears danger. So let's change the game. Don't go to it with words, go with a mental movie. Whatever you want to attract into your life, visualize it in your mind down to the finest detail as if it's already happened. This is the power of imagination. Don't just say, I want to be wealthy. Imagine the moment you see that number in your bank account. What smile will be on your face when you see those numbers? How will your heart beat faster? Maybe you'll take a deep breath and feel the weight of years lifting from your shoulders. Live that feeling of relief. Want that dream house? Visualize the moment you open its door. Feel your hand touching the doorknob. Smell that new house scent when you walk in. Feel the sun streaming through the windows warming your face. Hear the sound of the hardwood floor under your feet as you walk through the living room. This is the language your subconscious understands. Vivid, clear images that appeal to the senses, but something's missing. The fuel that will bring this image to life, emotion. You must fill this mental movie with intense emotion, but not just any emotion. With the most powerful creative emotion, gratitude. Being grateful as if that thing has already happened. Feeling as if you've already earned that money, already moved into that house, already started that relationship. That deep feeling of appreciation and gratitude is the most powerful signal sent to the subconscious. This signal says, hey guardian, look, everything's fine. This new situation is safe and amazing. We don't need the old programs anymore. This is our new reality. Carl Jung dedicated his life to understanding these internal symbols and images because he knew that real transformation in the depths of the mind happens not with words, but with these powerful internal images and the emotional energy loaded into them. So when will you play this mental movie? Is every hour of the day equally effective? No, there's a magic door to your subconscious. A special time window when the guardian is most sleepy, most vulnerable, when you can most easily whisper new codes to it. Part 4. The twilight zone of the mind. I told you there's a secret passage to your subconscious. That passage opens twice every day. That drowsy moment right before you fall asleep, and that hazy moment when you wake up. These are called alpha and theta brainwave states. But forget the scientific terms. Think of it this way. It's that magical moment when your conscious mind, that constantly talking, analyzing, worrying captain is slowly falling asleep. While the doors to the engine room are wide open, the guardian is asleep. The critical factor is offline. This is the most fertile soil for planting seeds. Do you know what you're doing when you go to bed with the day's stress and worries and fall asleep? You're taking all the day's negativity, the debts, the arguments, the fears, and planting them in the most fertile soil of your subconscious. Then you wonder why the same problems sprout in your life the next day. You're poisoning your own garden with your own hands, but not tonight. Starting tonight, everything changes. Those last 5 minutes before you fall asleep will become your sacred time. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, leave the day's problems outside the door. Lie down in bed and do what we talked about in the previous section. Minutes before you fall asleep will become your sacred time. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, leave the day's problems outside the door. Lie down in bed and do what we talked about in the previous section. Start playing your mental movie. You're the star of that life you want. Don't watch the movie, be in the movie. See what you want to see, hear what you want to hear. Most importantly, feel what you want to feel. Feel the freedom and confidence that money brings, the love and peace that amazing relationship brings, the energy and vitality that healthy body brings, and add that most powerful fuel, gratitude. Fall asleep with heartfelt appreciation, as if it's all already yours. Thank you because my life is amazing. Thank you because everything is working out. Thank you because I have everything I want. When you fall asleep with this feeling, your subconscious processes this new command all night long. It begins to accept this new image as your new reality. It erases the old corrupted programs and installs this new bright software you've written. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a habit. Every night, patiently, faithfully, you must keep planting those seeds. Just like a gardener, Carl Jung says, one who does not face their own darkness will project it onto others. This practice is about illuminating your internal darkness, your fear and scarcity programs with light, the feeling of your desired reality. This method is known simply as the sleep state technique or pre-sleep programming. It's the most effective, simplest, and most scientific technique for using the power of your subconscious. But sometimes the subconscious can be so stubborn that even this nightly ritual isn't enough. Some deep-rooted beliefs accumulated over years need a more powerful intervention. So what's the final and most powerful technique that will break even the most resistant, most rusted codes and convince your subconscious beyond any doubt? Now we're coming to that final step that will completely change the game. Part 5. Creating evidence. The power of small wins. By now, you've shown your subconscious a new image and loaded emotion into that image. But sometimes that skeptical voice inside whispers, "This isn't real. You're just fooling yourself." The subconscious loves concrete evidence. It references what's happening in the real world. That's why you need to provide it with proof that what you want is possible. Set small, achievable goals for yourself on the path to your big dream. Let's call these evidence goals. Say your goal is to earn an extra $1,000 per month. Right now, this might be too big a leap for your subconscious. The guardian might immediately jump in and scream impossible, so make the goal smaller. Intend to earn an extra $100 this week. Think about how you can earn that $100. Maybe you can sell something you're not using. Maybe you can work an extra hour. Maybe you can take a small gig using your skills. Set your intention. Before you sleep, visualize yourself having earned that $100 and feel that sense of accomplishment and capability you'll feel holding that money. Then take action. The moment you earn that $100, magic happens. You haven't just earned $100. You've sent a very powerful message to your subconscious. See? It was possible. I did it. I'm someone who can create money. This small victory creates a small crack in your subconscious's old "I can't do it" code. That's your new evidence. Then make the goal a bit bigger. 250, then 500. Every small victory is a ray of light seeping through that crack. Every piece of evidence breaks the guardian's resistance a bit more. Your subconscious slowly begins to accept the new reality. I can make money. I am valuable. I can succeed. Don't try to jump straight to your big dream. Climb the stairs step by step. Each step will strengthen your belief in the next step. Remember, attracting everything you want into your life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not magic that happens overnight, but a conscious creation process. Let's summarize. Understand your inner guardian, your subconscious. Know that it's not your enemy, but an old program trying to protect you. Speak its language. Communicate not with logic, but with clear images you visualize in your mind and the intense emotions you load into them. Use the most fertile time of the mind. Turn those last 5 minutes before sleep into a sacred ritual where you play the movie of your desired life and fall asleep with gratitude. Provide it with evidence. Build its belief that it's possible with small victories. This is your 4-step roadmap to convincing your subconscious and taking control of your life. Law of attraction, affirmations, manifestation, whatever you call it. It all comes down to this fundamental principle. As Carl Jung said, Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. Today you've looked inside, and your awakening is just beginning. Apply these methods. Be patient, and watch how your life begins to transform, step by step, miraculously. When those invisible walls come down, there will be no goal you can't reach, no dream you can't live, because the power wasn't outside. The power was always inside you. You just didn't know how to use it, now you do. That's the secret. What happens next is up to you. Now I ask just one thing of you. Tonight when you lie down in bed, don't fill your mind with the day's worries and fears. Set them aside. Instead, just do this. Fall asleep with powerful gratitude from the depths of your heart, as if it's all already yours, and whisper quietly to yourself, "Thank you because my life is amazing. Thank you because everything is working out. Thank you because I have everything I want." Sleep with this feeling. Wake up with this reality. And I want to thank you for staying until the end and giving yourself this chance. Know that I apply everything I've told you, this nightly ritual myself, every single night. Because I know that the greatest transformations begin with those simple but powerful words we whisper to ourselves in the quietest moments. And remember, I'll always be here, continuing to create content like this so you can shine with your light. Until the next time, take care of yourself.